Ghana has been predominantly reliant on hydropower since 1965. Its energy sector is controlled by large hydro and natural gas-fired thermal, with large hydro contributing about 51%, with thermal contributing about 48%. The remainder is provided by modern forms of renewable energy.
The energy sector in Ghana comprises mainly electricity, which accounts for about 15%. Then we have petroleum products, about 45%, and then biomass, mainly charcoal and firewood, which is the main source of thermal energy.
So in Ghana, modern forms of renewable energy, we have solar, we have wind, we also have the biomass sector contributing much to it, and we also have tidal.
Newer renewable energy sources currently contributes about 1.5% of the energy generation mix. This is an improvement from 0.5% before the passing of the Renewable Energy Act in 2011. This act reflected Ghana's vision that its landmark, Akosombo Hydropower Plant, a major achievement at national and international level, should soon be flanked by a broad range of other RE technologies emerging in a rapidly evolving global market.
So the main challenge had been the overdependence on these fossil fuel-based power plants and also the large hydro. And because of climate issue, sometimes the inflow of water into the Akosombo Dam, that's the main one, and also to the black water is not so consistent. And we cannot just depend on them. So what we are doing as a country is to diversify and look at renewable energy resources. We have the abundance of sun. We have also wind resources. We have other forms of resources that we can look at. So what we are doing is to grow. The one that is, I think, everybody is looking up to is solar.
Hydro has been with us as a country in Ghana since 1965 when the Akosombo Dam was built, and we know it very well. The engineers, we have them, we have the institutional memory with VRA, the Ministry, Energy Commission and all that. But solar and wind are new, and they have a unique property that they are not stable, or they vary depending on the weather. Also, because they are new, we don't have the institutional memory, the engineers are not aware, they don't have the expertise, so this makes it a bit more challenging to integrate solar and wind in the country compared to, say, hydro.
The government of Ghana is committed to making electricity generated from renewable sources an integral part of the country's energy sources. This will be achieved by implementing RE technologies, build expertise, and develop the domestic market for RE. In 2015, Ghana published its National Determined Contribution for the UNFCCC. In it, Government of Ghana also makes its national strategic target of generating 10% of electricity from renewables by 2030, part of Ghana's contribution to the international climate agenda.
Ghana is committed to the Paris Agreement on climate change, and one of the efforts towards Ghana's commitment to achieve this is to deploy renewable energy across various stages within the country. And one of the programs of action under the agreement is to scale up the penetration of renewable energy by 10% by the year 2030.
The German Development Corporation, on behalf of the German government, has been supporting the Ministry of Energy to carry out its mandate through the joint program Capacity for the Successful Implementation of the Renewable Energy Act.
GIZ is a long-term partner of Ghana in its development. For the past several decades, we have been implementing, on behalf of the German government, projects in various sectors that have been agreed between the government of Germany and the government of Ghana. The most recent one in the long-standing cooperation is sustainable energy, by which we mean renewable energy and energy efficiency, as well as the subject of expanding access to energy and the productive uses of energy. In renewable energy, GIZ supports the government of Ghana and other stakeholders in expanding the use of renewable energy technologies to increase energy efficiency, as well as access to energy and the productive use of energy.
The climate in Ghana provides the abundance of sun, which makes solar the main and most feasible source of renewable energy. Solar energy is the use of the sun and its energy to produce electricity. The most well-known solar technology is the use of photovoltaic. This is the direct conversion of sunlight into electricity. This technology was developed in 1973 but gained recognition on the international market after the year 2000.
There are two options to use solar photovoltaic. One is installing systems on the ground, on the floor, and the other ones are on rooftops. In cities like Accra, it is very difficult to find ground for putting PV on it. It is obviously very easy to find a lot of buildings with roofs. Therefore, many buildings are theoretically feasible to use and to generate electricity from the sun.
Funding for the RE projects in Ghana can be daunting as loan rates from banks are high and usually require a short payback period.
We want to promote the inclusion of solar into the energy mix. There are certain programs that we have put in place, certain regulations that we are putting in place to just attract investment into the solar sector.
Ecoligo is a startup that works in the renewable energy space by coupling investors in Germany with commercial and industrial clients in emerging markets. They have financed over 2 million euros worth of projects in Ghana, Kenya, Philippines, and Chile.
As Ecoligo, one of the main things we do is to try and remove the financial barriers that a lot of companies see when they are trying to consider doing a solar project. The way we do that is that we use ecoligo.investment, the crowd investment platform, to raise the capital from German crowd investors to finance solar projects here in Ghana. We provide the financing, we provide the maintenance and operations, we ensure the system for the whole contract duration, we administer it, we operate it, everything is included. And that's what we call a solar as a service solution. And we think that is the way forward in the future.
The plan is to gradually integrate solar in most of these government buildings so that at least during the day you can have solar to contribute a significant share of the power consumption. By so doing, you can be able to relieve energy from the national grid or relieve energy to support industries.
The introduction of the grid tied systems enabled the use of the national grid to store solar generated power, which alleviates the setup cost on storage and reduces the general setup cost by up to 30%.
Conventional power network all over the world since electricity was discovered was having a central producer, generate, transmit, and then this is sold to users or the end users, which includes households, industries, and offices. Now with net metering, you are able to also sell back to the central producers or to your utility. And there's a two-way flow. This is what net metering enables a country to do.
The Association of Ghanaian Industries is very active in the pursuit of the development and regulation of the renewable energy interventions, as its members are heavily dependent on energy.
Association of Ghana Industries is a big industrial association with over 1,500 companies as members spreading across 23 different sectors and across the entire country. We galvanize our members to make use of renewable energy as an alternative source of energy because it's cheaper and it's cleaner. We believe that if companies are using renewable energies, eventually it's going to reduce their cost of operation, and by so doing their products cost will be cheaper, their cost of production will be cheaper, their prices will be cheaper, and then consumers will get goods at a cheaper price. Again, it makes us more competitive because imported products that are coming into the system, if your products are cheaper, then you can protect your market share.
Solar really has an important role to play in the energy mix for utility scale, for distributed generation, as well as for off-grid, standalone applications.
We think and we truly believe that it's imperative to implement alternative sources of energy into your energy mix. And we think that solar energy particularly is very important for Ghana to really reap the benefits of economic growth over the next couple of years.
In some of the very remote rural areas where it is difficult to even charge a mobile phone, solar could play that role very easily. In the remote medical facilities where it is difficult to have a generator running a vaccine refrigerator for 24 hours, the application of solar makes it quite easy to provide clean, good medical health care to our fellow Ghanaians in the remote areas.
When it comes to renewable energy, there is sustainability in terms of the environment. It's better for the earth we live on. And also there's a lot of jobs to be created, especially with distributed generation.
The target is to ensure that modern forms of renewable energy contribute significantly to the energy generation mix we have. We have that by 2030, about 10% of the generation mix should come from renewable energy.
Renewable energy can make a significant contribution, not only because they're more friendly to the environment, they cause less damage to the global climate, but simply and most importantly, because they make economic and commercial sense.
In the near future, Ghana aspires to become a net exporter of energy in the sub-region.